Boniface, Dan Meyer, and Mindy Meyer, and this is my informative speech on liquid metal blankets on the environment. When we were little, we would see our blankets as a safe haven. A blanket was so much more to us than just some sheet. Blankets were always there for us when we had a nightmare, or the coldest nights, or when we were sick. We would hide under them and everything would just seem to disappear. Blankets have always been around and will always be around because people will always need them. With the technology afoot, who knows what will be next? Blankets have an array of uses. In the Stone Ages, they would use the blankets to keep warm because they did not live in caves. The Neanderthals would use the animal skins of the animals that they would kill because they never wanted to waste any of the product from it. The Indians used everything from the animals also, but with the multitude of the animals' skins, they soon went to having the animal skins for clothing, and they invented the woven blankets. Over the years, blankets have improved from the Stone Ages of the animal skins to Indians and inventing the woven blankets. Military and the army would use the wool blankets because it would keep them the warmest. As stated in the New York Times in 1912, George C. Crowley invented the electric blanket. Nowadays, blankets have animal prints and pictures of animals on them. You can also print a picture and put them on a blanket. Now there are also Snuggies, the blanket with sleeves, and there's also a silk bag, which is a wearable sleeping bag, and it is a sleeping bag that has arms and legs. Science has made huge progressions in the medical field also. An article by Science Tech Connect has stated that the liquid metal blankets are in the final stages, and in just a few years, it'll be out of process. A liquid metal blanket is used to cool you down when your internal temperature is too high and warm you up when your internal temperature is too low. It is a complex blanket, as stated by Hong-Li Chen, and the effect of the electromagnetic coupling and MHD flow in the manifold of the fusion liquid metal blanket. He said that it consists of magnetohydrodynamics, or the MHD effect. That is just mainly the key component in the liquid metal blanket. It will help distribute or collect. It will help determine whether it will warm you up or cool you down. R.F. Mattis, Y. Cha, and P.A. Finn stated in Liquid Metal Blanket Module Testing and Design for ITER, said that the cooperation with the Argonne National Laboratory was a huge success. It made the process a lot easier because the Argonne National Laboratory helped with the final stages of the coolant. So the materials were very, very tricky, and they are still in process, and they will go through extreme testing. The American Nuclear Society did a research study about what materials work the best, and they found out that the lithium lead blanket was the highest energy with the least amount of thickness. Steel was the original one that ITER had thought of first for their materials, and it stored more energy than the carbon reflector. ITER used the data from everyone to help further the progression on the blankets. Teruya Tanoka wrote an article, Oxidized Coating Fabrication by Metal Organic Decomposition. It was mainly an article about how organic materials were a lot more effective than the original materials that ITER had first thought of. They came up with the oxidized coating fabrication, which helped reduce the pressure condition. With all of the organic materials that they have now began to use, they are using less materials than what they would have, and it also takes less energy to produce these than the normal hospitals would use for their electric blankets. Blankets have always been around and will always be around because people will always need blankets. With the new technology, who knows what they will come up with next. From animal skins to perfecting the liquid metal blanket, we have had many progressions as the world has come. In the future, no one knows what will come up next. The world has changed so much, and I think that is very interesting. Blankets are a security to children, and everyone loves them. And it'll be interesting in the years to come to see what new and exciting things